Vance, you have the wrong person. Hey, come on, papers!
What's up, guys? It's Benny. Donald Trump has regularly said that he wants to send Ilhan Omar back to Somalia, but unfortunately the Somalis don't want her.
And the group, I met the head of Somalia. Did you know that? And I suggested that maybe he'd like to take her back, and he said, I don't want her. Okay, what else?
Okay, everyone's laughing, and it's, always a laugh getter at rallies or otherwise. Donald Trump talking about he's got to get Ilhan Omar the hell out of our country.
I love this Ilhan Omar, whatever the hell her name is, with the little the little turban. I love her. She comes in, there's nothing but she's always complaining. She comes from a country where, it's considered about the worst country in the world, right? They have no military, they have no nothing, they have no parliament. They don't know what the hell the word parliament means. They have nothing, they have no police. They police themselves, they kill each other all the time. I love it. She comes to our country, and she's always complaining about, the Constitution allows me to do this. We ought to get her the hell out. She married her brother in order to get in, right? She married her brother.
All right. Again, it's an applause.
Can you
line.
imagine
it's something that President Trump has used and has said often. However, we've never heard from Somalia as to whether they would actually take Ilhan Omar back until today. African nation calls for Ilhan Omar to be extradited after Vance's fraud claim. Thank you very much. This would be us causing this news cycle. Thrilled about it. Let's go ahead and read here. African nation is calling on Ilhan Omar to be extradited after Vice President JD Vance claimed that during an interview that the lawmaker committed immigration fraud. The Republic of Somaliland, particularly recognized state of the Horn of Africa, reacted to the post on X in a claim that Vance made in a podcast interview with Benny Johnson. Just helping make the nation a better place. Ladies and gentlemen, don't thank me. Thank the vice president. Deportation? Please, you're sending the princess back to her kingdom. Extradition? Say the word, the Post read. In the interview, Vance said he's spoken with White House immigration advisor Stephen Miller about the potential legal action against Omar, saying we think that Ilhan Omar definitely committed immigration fraud against the United States of America. We're trying to figure out what the remedies are, says JD Vance. The thing that we're trying to figure out is the legal remedies now that she's committed immigration fraud. How do you go after her? How do you investigate her? And how do you actually do the thing? How do you build the case necessary for justice for the American people? Omar denied the accusations. He needs serious help, she said on X. Okay, let's go ahead and look here. This would be us creating this news cycle entirely. This is the interview that we gave. It went viral afterwards. Today, for the first time, we got 100% on the record confirmation that Ilhan Omar committed immigration fraud. Deportation? Please. You're just sending the princess back to her kingdom. Extradition? Say the word, from the Republic of Somaliland. Republic of Somaliland stands for Freedom, Stability, and Partnership. republicofsomaliland.com. So this would be the 34 years of peaceful democratic government in East Africa. That is the official account of the Republic of Somaliland. Yay! So you could get a passport. This could be Ilhan Omar's future passport. They're saying send her back. Extradition, just say the word. We'll take her. Some of the comments have been obviously very positive. She loves Somalia. So ICE, do your thing. Send her home. Your terms are acceptable to me. Deport. Make President Trump's dreams come true. I'll drive her to the airport for free. The Republic of Somaliland says it is ready to receive Ilhan Omar if deported. Just say the word. Evidence from Minnesota, Somaliland, stolen tax dollars. So it does look like this account is extremely based and, is very sad that the best and brightest Somalis are going to Minnesota and not staying in Somaliland, I guess, right? Isn't this what you should want for these people? It's for justice. Recognize the Republic of Somaliland and send Ilhan Omar there. Launch it. Look at this. So they're making memes as well, based memes as well. President Trump, looking for recognition of the Republic of Somaliland. We're looking into that right now. And we could deport Ilhan Omar there. You could make a Israel has recognized Somaliland. Oh my goodness. Well. It seems like perhaps we may get something very, very good out of this interview that we did with the vice president. Here's the question that we asked that led to him saying that Ilhan Omar needs to be deported. And at the very least, they're figuring out what the legal remedies are. Obviously, Ilhan Omar, the president and the White House have been out saying that she married her brother, that there is immigration fraud going on here. These are deportable denaturalization offenses. Can you give us an update on that?
Yeah, so we actually think that Ilhan Omar definitely committed immigration fraud against the United States of America. And I talked to Stephen Miller about this actually recently. We're trying to look at what the remedies are. That's the thing that we're trying to figure out is what are the legal remedies now that we know that she's committed immigration fraud? How do you go after her? How do you investigate her? How do you actually do the thing? How do you build the case necessary to get some justice for the American people? There's a related issue, Benny, which is she has been at the center of a lot of the worst fraudsters in the Somalian community. So do I know that Ilhan Omar was aware that the Quality Leering Center was defrauding the American people? I'm not certain of it, but we at least need to investigate it, because if people can commit wrongdoing without even the fear that they're going to be found out, that's a fundamental problem. So I'm worried about the immigration fraud. I'm also worried about what did Ilhan Omar know about what was happening in the Somali community, and why was nobody looking into it until, frankly, Donald Trump came along.
And here is my interview that led to this response, where the Republic of Somaliland says, we'll take her. Again, we're just a humble servant of the Republic. Here you go.
Vowing to coordinate between all branches to end this nonsense is the new plan. Vance sat down for an interview with Benny Johnson, spoke about Somali fraud, spoke about the queen of the Somali fraudsters, our friend Ilhan Omar. Take a listen.
Ilhan Omar definitely committed immigration fraud against the United States of America. She has been at the center of a lot of the worst fraudsters in the Somalian community.
Yeah, she married her brother to get him in, which means they both should go back. Benny Johnson is with us now. Good to have you. Good to see you again. Everywhere that gets investigated, they find billions of our dollars stolen. Nobody cares, and it's so infuriating. What did you witness today?
Yeah, I witnessed something that made my blood boil as an American taxpayer, that we are not too far away from this entire country just going completely over a cliff, Rob. And it sucks because I have kids here and I want to stay in America. I want to raise my kids as Americans. But if you bring in people who are not harmonious with Western civilization and a high trust society, and then you give them the opportunity to simply write their name on a slip of paper and lie to the federal government, which is what Stephen Miller talked about today, and they can just lie about how many kids they have, what diseases their kids have, and there's no way to check. The federal government doesn't check. They just write a blank check to those states. And so that's how the Somali community gets away with it. And JD Vance revealed to me today in our 35-minute sit-down interview that there is no investigation of any fraud under $1.5 million. So you just might as well stroke. Boom, a $1.5 million check to anybody who wants to lie to the federal government. What kind of a message are you sending to our nation? I just want to thank you for playing that clip, by the way, about Ilhan Omar. That's the first time on the record that we have absolute and total confirmation that Ilhan Omar did, in fact, commit immigration fraud. And I looked this up right before coming on your show, that lying on your immigration forms or committing fraud against the United States of America is an immediate denaturalization offense. It is something that has been tried in court. It happens actually quite regularly where people lie to get into this country. They're denaturalized. They're sent home. It's something that must happen with Ilhan Omar. The rest of the clip, JD Vance says we're exploring this right now. But Stephen Miller has all of the available evidence, and I checked with DHS. This is 100% true. Ilhan Omar committed immigration fraud to get into America and to loot our nation dry. And it is time that she suffer the consequences.
Get her out. Get her out. It's amazing. I don't have a lot of time, but and the Azerbaijani guy that stole $90 million from the government. Can you imagine that one person is able to steal $90 million from our government. It is mind-boggling how little the people that run this country care about the money that they steal from us.
Yeah, it is mind-boggling. I would encourage you to go and watch the full JD Vance interview. It's up on my YouTube account right now, at Benny Johnson. You'll find JD Vance saying that UFOs are actually demons and explaining the Christian theology of what UFOs and aliens actually are. He says he's going to take his top secret security clearance and head on down to Area 51, New Mexico, and Hangar 8 in Ohio and get the truth about the UFO. Very interesting stuff. He has messages for Joe Rogan and Jimmy Kimmel. It was a wild interview. The Vice President was certainly on fire today. He was cooking.
We will certainly watch that one. Benny Johnson, good to see you. Thanks so much.